Walk with me through these colourful ancient streets. Smell fresh baked naan straight from the oven. Watch traditional folk dances and experience a side of Aksu that's full of life, colour and culture. Then there's the incredible Tumor Grand Canyon with the snow-capped Tian Shan Mountains rising in the distance. It's a view you'll never forget. But before we explore all of that, it's worth understanding this remarkable place. Aksu lies at the southern foot of the Tian Shan Mountains, right in the heart of southern Xinjiang. For thousands of years, it's been an important stop along the ancient Silk Road. Yet not so long ago, this beautiful region was under serious threat. Just outside the city lay a vast stretch of barren, salty Gobi desert. It was the source of relentless sandstorms, and every year the desert crept a little closer, threatening roads, farmland and nearby communities. So in 1986, local people decided enough was enough. They launched the Cooa Gobi Restoration Project. Over the next 40 years, generation after generation planted trees and transformed this lifeless landscape into a huge green barrier that now holds back the desert and protects the city. It's one of the world's most remarkable ecological success stories, and it's the exact reason why I've come to Aksu. First, we've arrived at Cooa Oldtown. Walking through these streets, you can feel thousands of years of ancient Silk Road culture all around you, and there's so much to experience inside this old town. I wandered the iconic alleyways lined with colourful wooden doors where local residents live a slow, peaceful daily life. We also watched the traditional Sama dance, a dynamic folk performance that's a precious local cultural treasure. And the best part, you don't just watch the performance, you actually join in. Right inside the old town sits an intangible cultural heritage workshop. So this is all of the traditional instruments here. The guy was playing his music. Look at all the decorative woodwork in there, absolutely impressive, really is. There's about 10 or 12 different things you can do here now. You can not only come and see it being done, you can also participate yourself. So I've had a go at the pottery making and the painting, but there's many things you can do. I mean, what's really great about this, it keeps the traditions alive, and also it provides an income for local people, which they didn't have in the past. So it's really, really good for the local economy too. The highlight for me was the naan alley within the old town, and it seems to be one of the places in Cooa where a lot of naan bread is produced. So as I'm in the city of naan, I'm actually going to have a go at making some. Here is the dough. This makes the patterns in the thing. This is flour. This is a mixture of onion and saffron, and then we have some black and white sesame seeds. Kneading dough, pressing patterns onto the flatbread and sticking it into the hot earthen oven. The fresh baked naan smells absolutely incredible. Oh, that's really good. I've done a good job there, I think. So I've had a go at making naans, but now we've come to a place where they really make naans, and not just the small ones, they make the much larger ones. Here, look. Whoa, look at that, man. Wow, crikey. Just ask the guy. He makes 700 a day, and one of those big ones only costs 5 yuan. Oh my god, that's so crazy cheap. Wow. And then if you want to, you can buy these and they will put them in a box like this. You can ship them anywhere in China. Look at that. And these are the places where they send them all over. Shangfeng have got a little office. We've got a China Post place here. So they make them here, they take them to here, and they ship them anywhere in China. It's great how the locals just sort of chill and enjoy themselves, playing their music, people dancing. Really, really chilled atmosphere here. But this nice life didn't come easy. People fought wind and sand for decades. Now let's head to Cooa, where they turned dry, salty Gobi into a huge green land. Just look at this contrast. back in the 1980s, this was barren Gobi wasteland, hard salty ground where almost nothing grew. With no heavy machinery and very little funding, local people spent 40 years planting trees by hand, using shovels and diverting mountain water. Over 80,000 hectares of forest have now been planted. Their goal was to stop the desert from spreading by building a green barrier. Today this project is recognised as one of the UN Global 500 Best Environmental Zones. I spoke with a father and son who have dedicated their lives to transforming this Gobi landscape. The father joined the tree planting effort when he was young, and now his son is carrying on the work. So let's hear what they have to say. What was Cooa like in the early days?
没有种树以前，也就86年以前，全部是戈壁滩，一个草也没有长。
And what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced when you were doing the work?
栽树以前这个地方最大的困难，压剪，还有这个栽树的时候3月份嘛，那个时候嘛风太大了。
That must have been very difficult to work in those conditions.
栽树以后马上浇水嘛，浇水的时候晚上白天风大得很，我们工作人员一起白天晚上不回家。
Was there any time you thought of giving up?
我实际上没有考虑这个事。
No.
为啥？
Wow.
国家给我这个工作任务给我以后嘛，改进安徽的气候这个伟大的工作，我一定敢完成任务。
That was amazing dedication. What impact has it made to the economy here?
搞了Cooa亚绿化工程以后，风沙减少了以后，我们的种植面积大了。原来是以农业为主，最后我们以经济林为主，农民的收入提高50%以上。
I'm almost lost for words. It's just incredible the hard work and dedication people like this and his other locals have put in to create the environment that was once almost unlivable to a thriving, prosperous economy here in Aksu. It's just unbelievable. However, this green barrier isn't just about fighting desertification. On what was once barren Gobi land, Aksu has created a sustainable ecosystem where environmental restoration and agriculture work hand in hand. And now they're growing 300,000 tonnes of apples a year. And we're going to ask the guy a few questions now, so let's see what he's got to say.
欢迎英国的朋友贵客到我们的苹果园来啊！
So can you tell me how many acres of apples you have here?
红旗坡嘛，有20万亩的这个苹果园，这个园子种了400亩，年产1200吨。
Whoa, that's a lot. What made you move from your hometown to come to here to start this?
红旗坡出台优惠政策，让内地的人到我们这红旗坡这个地方扎根承包土地，把荒滩变成果园。
So you see this writing on the tree. What this is that when a tree grows apples, this tree could grow about 1,500 apples, but they prune and cut apples out so it produces less, so the quality they believe then is higher. He actually told us the season for harvesting is October, and when they harvest he has to employ more than 100 workers to harvest the apples, and it takes about 1 month, and all the apples here are picked by hand. So that's quite a big task, but it's also good because it gives local residents some work and some salary during that time. The guy, after speaking to him, told us each acre can bring in around 48,000 RMB in profit. So he makes over 3 million yuan in profit while helping boost the local economy. How crazy is that? And then think that those apples go to other parts of China sold on. So it generates even more income and more to the economy. So I bet this guy in total is generating tens of millions of RMB to the Chinese economy just from his one operation here. It's very, very impressive. So we've come to see this guy, and this guy owns apricot orchards and other fruit orchards, but as well as that he has live streaming hosts so other farmers can bring their products to him, and he has numerous live streaming hosts who live stream the product, and then once the product is live streamed, people buy it. He ships that all over China via Shumfeng. It's like these kind of operations are just so good. He's got great 5G connection here so we can live stream it. This just shows you that by putting infrastructure into place in China, these areas can earn really good income from selling the fruit, whereas just 10 years ago they would never be able to do that, because now they have highways so Shumfeng can get here, they have 5G so they can do good quality live streams.
让我们的朋友亲自吃一个好不好？OK， 哎，甜不甜？哇，甜，非常甜，是不是？好甜，是不是？我没有骗你们吗？直播间的叔叔阿姨们。
So I just did a live stream with this young lady selling some apricots from here in Aksu. That's the first time I've ever done a real live stream, and somebody told me that I actually got somebody to place an order, so I feel really pleased with myself. I was really quite nervous, but that was cool. Aksu's Gobi restoration doesn't end at Cooa. Dulang River National Wetland Park shows how ecological improvements reach deep into the city. The river system has always been here, yet silt and pollution ruined its environment. Through years of dredging, clean-up and expansion work, it has become Aksu's urban ecological lung. So literally hundreds of species of bird will migrate here each year, generally around October time, and this is one of the areas where you can watch the birds. But it's quite incredible because the whole park covers 5,000 acres and has a total of 23 lakes. It's absolutely huge, and it's just a massive, beautiful thing for local residents to come and spend time here and relax with either themselves or their families. Absolutely fantastic place. We've seen what people can build to transform the harsh Gobi. Now let's venture out to witness the raw, untamed natural beauty Aksu has to offer. After a very bumpy ride up here in this truck, we've arrived at Cooa Grand Canyon, and it's one of the peaks of the Tian Shan mountains, and it's very impressive. Look around, wow. Mixed Dansha and Yardang rock formations stretch across the Gobi. Red cliffs extend for dozens of kilometres, with snow-capped Tian Shan peaks visible in the distance. Walking here feels like stepping onto an alien planet, revealing a totally different wild side of Aksu's Gobi landscape. When I see stuff like this, it just makes you realise how awesome nature is. This has all been formed completely naturally. It's so cool. This is something that if you're here in Aksu, you must come to see, because it really is pretty spectacular. Aksu is much more than a beautiful destination with vibrant culture and stunning landscapes. It's also one of the world's leading examples of Gobi restoration and wind sand control. What happened here proves that the people can revive barren, salty Gobi and achieve true harmony with nature. But this transformation didn't happen overnight. It took decades of hard work by generations of local people. Finally, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about this incredible part of Xinjiang.